Chrissy goes, would it be weird if I wanted Long John Silver's right now? And I'm like, well, we're soulmates because that's why I turned this direction.
And here we go. Time for another episode of Kash's Top 5. We got a fun one on tap today. Normally, we talk about kind of lighthearted things here on the podcast. We talk about TV shows and songs and childhood toys. But even though we try not to get too political on this show, today we have a very divisive topic that's probably going to upset some people. My guest today, a good buddy of mine, podcaster, comedian, motivational speaker, Renaissance man, Chris Bowers. How we doing, bud?
I'm doing great, man. How you doing? You got this new gig at the high school, man. That's cool. I'm excited for you. How that went well. I saw your signed football yet on Facebook. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, man. I wasn't really sure what to expect, really, having never taught before.
Sure.
But it's radio, so I'm just kind of treating it like it's a little mini radio station. And
Sure.
The kids are great, and it's a lot of fun.
Very cool, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. I debated on how I wanted to introduce you, though, because there have been a couple times at Morty's, the old comedy club, when you got the Oprah introduction for me, Chris Bowers. And
that was always a good intro, man. That was a solid intro.
You got to key the audience up sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. So things are going well for me. Just to give you a little plug, I do a thing called the Social Distancing Social Club, which actually starts in about 50 minutes. We do it 3 o'clock Pacific on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and then noon Pacific on Saturdays. I'm sorry, and that's a super fun thing. SDSCshow.com. It's just what's cool about the pandemic is we learned how to do some stuff from home. So now I'm like making money from comedy from my apartment, which is really nice.
That sucks, man. That sounds terrible.
Right? Exactly. Like I just, because again, I in the old world, I couldn't have done both of these things. I had to go to your place and do a podcast, and then there's no way I'd have made it back in time or whatever. But now, like, I'm literally going to roll this into it. I'll just hit end and then enter a new Zoom, and I'm on a whole different show. So it's cool. I've changed my theory on wealth a little bit during the pandemic, as I've seen people adapt and take advantage of a disruption, and it makes me think that the people that didn't take an advantage of a disruption 50 years ago are the ones that are poor now. Now, I'm sure there's some institutional racism and some other things going on, but in general, the people that are, I guarantee the people that sat through this, like, I'm not doing Zoom comedy, and I can't wait till we open up again, and I'm not going to believe this is real, and I'm not going to whatever. They missed out on a great opportunity, I think. So,
Yeah, and I can't think of anybody else that would be more suited to look on the bright side of things than you. Anybody who can use the phrase, the good thing about the pandemic was, and then you have like a legit thing. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not kidding, man. I've seen so many people that have come out of this thing so much better. Like, I'm the best person I ever was. Taking a year and a half off to like really figure my shit out and just, figure out my relationship and my personality. I mean, just, all my anxieties and the things I had to deal with. It's been amazing for me. So, I mean, and we got rid of Trump. So, I mean, so it's a win-win all the way around. I mean, I think Trump wins without the pandemic. So I would kill 600,000 people just to get rid of Trump. But, that's just me. So.
Well, I'm glad.
I don't mean to get political on your French fry podcast, but,
Well, I was just going to say, we have a very divisive political topic that we're ranking today. What are we ranking?
French fries, fast food, specifically French fries, I think is what we're going with, right? So
absolutely.
Yeah. So I think I've got a pretty good list here. Number one might surprise you, but so that's how this works. We just rank whatever, and it's why we like them, right? So
yeah, and we can do some honorable mentions at the end, and ones that like we hate or whatever we can talk about at the end. But yeah, we'll start with your number 5. What do you got?
Just because it works all the way around, I'm going with Five Guys. Five Guys fries are number 5. It works out, My favorite thing about Five Guys is when they build a new Five Guys, they always put a banner on the building that says "Coming soon, Five Guys," and that makes me laugh every time. Because I'm 11 years old.
Yeah. Is it the quality of the French fry, or are you just stoked to get a bag full of fries?
What's great is that fries in general are 40% effective, right? Like 60% of them are brown or garbage or whatever.
Right.
So Five Guys just gives you such a mound that you can pick a whole regular large fry at any other place out of just good ones and just throw all the rest of them away.
Oh, sure. Now, do you do the Cajun seasoning, or do you go just the original?
Nah, I'm not I just do regular old
Don't
salt.
mess with it.
Yeah. I've never tried the Cajun. I mean, again, I'm trying new things, man. I'm new horizons, so maybe I'll do some Cajun season. I actually haven't really been eating fries either. What's crazy is January 1st, I stopped drinking any flavored liquid other than I just drink water for every meal, every snack, everything, and I'm losing weight. And you know why? Because when you eat snacks with water, they suck. I think the other half of the chemical equation that makes it taste awesome is pretzels and Diet Pepsi, or potato chips and Crystal Light lemonade. That tastes those two flavors together make it amazing. You eat a whole bag of chips. When you eat a Lay's potato chip with water, you're like, oh God, this sucks. And you just don't eat as much snacks. It's crazy.
You can taste the chemicals. They're not being
masked. And what's really crazy is I went to the movie. We went to the Chinese theater to see The Quiet Place the other night, and it's still COVID stuff, so they gave me a popcorn. Like, it wasn't, but there was no butter. There was no, I don't think they had salt on it. It was just plain ass popcorn, and I ate it when I was drinking water. And plain dry ass popcorn, when you put water in it, it tastes awesome. So it's like, oh, it's better for me and the water. I don't know. Like, I'm to the point now after 150 days or whatever it's been, form of habit or whatever, that like water tastes legitimately amazing. And it took 3 months to have water taste really good. But everything else tastes like garbage. So when your snack becomes water, you're going to lose weight, bro.
I don't know, man. I think drinking just water is kind of lame. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm telling you, I thought it's the same thing. But I mean, I think I love that you're doing that joke when that's vodka. But still, I mean, it's I'm impressed by it. All right, so I went Five Guys. What's your number 5?
My number 5 for you is a place that's not known primarily for their food generally, but number 5 is Dairy Queen. DQ fries are seriously underrated. Now, they're not as good as their onion rings. Their onion rings are top notch. But this is a French fry podcast. Yeah, we're not talking about onion rings.
Yeah, I mean, I like that they've got they're flat. They're the right amount of potato to skin or not skin, but like the crispiness. Like so they're not bad. I don't mind Dairy Queen fries. They're not in my top 5, but I think they're not a bad fry. I wouldn't be mad at you for bringing Dairy Queen fries over to me. I wouldn't kick you out of my house for bringing fries that were Dairy Queen fries.
There's only a couple of fries where I would legitimately be like, "Are you mad at me that you're giving me these right now? These are disgusting." But we'll get to those.
Yeah, and usually those are things that aren't potato fries or something else they made fries out of. Those sweet potato fries are pretty good.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, man, you've got Five Guys in number 5. What do we have in number 4?
Number 4, we're going to go with the classic, and I don't enjoy them that much now, but just because how much I loved them when I was a kid, we're going to go with the Arby's curly fry. That, man, we used to go get 2 large Arby's curly fries after a soccer game when I was a kid, man, and put them in the bag with 2 things of salt and shake that shit up. Oh, God, they were the best. That is the key to fries, by the way. You put them in the bag with a packet of salt, then shake the whole bag so the salt is dispersed amongst all of the French fries. A little French fry pro tip for you if you haven't done that before.
I haven't, but now
if you throw 10 McDonald's chicken nuggets in with the fries and the salt, unbelievable.
Not hard to lose weight when you're starting from that platform.
Well, yeah, no, again, that's part of it. Where like everything I ate was French fries and chicken tenders, and now I just drink water and eat chicken tenders and not the French fries, and I'm down 40 pounds.
You're about to be a shredded toddler, man.
I'm telling you, dude. I'm just gonna be a hot old man is my goal. I was never hot my whole life, but what if I was like just hot at 50? Huh?
As a bit?
Yeah, like I just did it because it'd be funny.
Yeah. Now, were you...
I was fat on purpose because it was funny for a very long time, so why not just be hot in my 50s,
Of course. Now, the Arby's curly fry, obviously very good. Now, were you a fan of the home-style fries that they had, the regular fries? Really? No?
Really. I mean, here's the thing. I don't like fries with skin on them. I don't need you to leave any part of the potato skin on there. I know it's cool to call them fresh cut or whatever, but I like them more processed, and I don't need to have any hint of a potato in there. I don't want to think it was a potato. It makes me feel bad that we killed a potato. I just want it to be a, fried stick of greasy goodness.
Something that they've shaved off. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think
I don't hate them, but when the curly fries are so good, you know what? The only time I've ever eaten a home style fry from Arby's is when it was accidentally in the box with the curly fries. Like that one extra fry. Sometimes
absolutely,
I'm like, it's not too bad, but it's still not a curly fry. I mean,
That's fair. Yeah. No. That's
but I'm also
true.
the kind of guy. Once I like something in a restaurant, that's what I get every fucking time. Like when you say where do you want to eat, it's not a restaurant. It's I guess I'd like the crusted chicken Romano from Cheesecake Factory. That's what I'm getting if we go to Cheesecake Factory. So when I choose a restaurant, I'm choosing an actual entree that I want. That's why we're going there. So when I'm going to Arby's, it's to get the curly fries. So I would never have the home style fries ever. Why would I be there?
No, that's true. That makes sense. Yeah, I think most people are probably that way. I don't know too many people that venture out from their usual order, especially going to like a chain place, because I know you're a chain guy.
Oh yeah,
You know it's going to be the same way. It's going to be the way you like it every single time.
Yeah, I mean, now sometimes, Chrissy, my girlfriend, will go to a restaurant and she'll make sure she looks at the menu for 25 minutes and the waiter has to come back 3 times. And then she orders the same thing she always gets. She never gets anything new either, but she's always sure she might get something new. So she has to look at the whole menu every time we go to Fridays. I'm like, I know what you're going to get. What are we doing here?
Oh, man. Okay. So
Number 4 fry for Mr. Kashner. What you got, brother?
I'm trying to decide whether you're going to like mine or not based on we're kind of gathering information as we go. You don't like the potato skin left on very much.
Sure.
My number 4, also I feel kind of underrated. You kind of have to be in the mood for it though, but when you are, it's so good. Long John Silver's fries is really, to be fair, like we've talked about this before. Baked potatoes are a butter and sour cream delivery system.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Long John Silver's fries are a tartar sauce delivery system.
See, I don't put anything on fries. I don't dip them in anything.
I don't do ketchup.
Plain.
I've never been a ketchup. I usually do plain, but certain places like DQ, this is going to get real fat guy. Dairy Queen, they've got like the gravy with your chicken strips. You do little fries in that. At Long John Silver's, you get some tartar sauce with your fish, little fries in that. It's good.
All right, I'll try some fries and tartar sauce. I like tartar sauce in general, you know. I mean, people always like to eat fish. I'm like, well, the only fish I eat is Long John Silver's, and I'm not sure that's fish. So I don't know if that counts.
Now, it's kind of like when you just know that it's going to be a trash night, you know you're going to get hammered, and you just know you're going to have to deal with the hangover the next day. That's kind of how Long John Silver's is. Like, I know all this grease is going to make me sick, but I'm willing to give up a Friday.
Yeah, I mean, Long John Silver's, I think Long John Silver's to me is like Vegas and strip clubs. Like, about once a year you go, we should go. And then on the way home, you're like, why the fuck did we do that? That was terrible.
Even though you know you're going to be back, but it's going to take a long time for you to forget what it tasted like or what it smelled like. Then you go back.
There's Long John Silver's right near my mom's house in Richmond, and one year we went home for Thanksgiving, and if you turn left, you go down the main drag, and if you turn right, you can take the country roads to the highway or whatever. And so we're done with Thanksgiving dinner, and I'm turning left out of my mom's road, and Chrissy goes, would it be weird if I wanted Long John Silver's right now? And I'm like, well, we're soulmates, because that's why I turned this direction. That's how I knew. We both wanted Long John Silver's after Thanksgiving dinner. Because Thanksgiving's like people are always like, oh, the holidays I eat so terrible. Like the Thanksgiving's the best I eat all year, man. Nothing's fried. There's no pizza.
I'm within 10 feet of a green bean. Yeah, this is the best it's going to get.
Yeah, I'm watching others eat vegetables, so I'm sure there's some sort of benefit for that. You know.
Oh man. Okay. So
the Long John Silver's. All right.
We've got Five Guys. We've got Arby's curly fries at number 4. What do you got at number 3?
All right. Number 3, I'm going to go, and it's really any crinkle fry. Like, I like the Culver's. I like the ones we had at Morty's. I'm a huge crinkle guy. But Portillo's has the best crinkle fries of the crinkle fries. There's a place called Runza in Nebraska that has very good fries as well that are crinkle cut. But
that's so road comic of you.
Right? They can't be too fat. Like Culver's are a little too fat. They're a little too much potato, not enough crispy, where Portillo's has the perfect skinny crinkle fry. Now you wince like you don't like crinkle fries. You not like crinkle fries?
I am very, and again, this is where we're getting political. I don't want our, I'm gonna have to unfriend you on Facebook. I don't like the way you vote. Crinkle cut, I hate it. I don't know why. Yeah, man, I've tried it. It probably reminds me of like homemade French fries, because those were the fries you'd get in the freezer. You'd bake them in the oven at home, so you could have some fries.
You bake them though; it ruins everything. So
right, no, but and don't get me wrong, I've tried. I've had the Portillo's fries. White Castle has crinkle cut.
Yeah, Morty's had crinkle cut when I owned the comic club. And actually, when I, when I bought the comedy club, I told him I only care about 3 things because Deerdorf was in charge of the menu. I want Pepsi instead of Coke. I want crinkle cut fries, and I want medium chicken fingers. I don't want the little skinny ones, and I don't want the big fat ones. I want the ones right in the middle. That's what we generally had. So
those are solid. I appreciate you guys keeping tater tots as an option, though.
yeah.
To get away from the crinkle cut. But no, I can't argue with that. It wouldn't be fun if we had the exact same list.
Oh, no, I get it. And if you don't like crinkle fries, I don't like the fries with the skin on them. You don't like them when they're crinkly. I get it.
Yeah.
You know,
See,
we've had different traumas in our lives, you know.
we're healing. I can feel it.
I saw my grandma naked, so I don't like skin. You saw your grandpa's weird dick, so you don't like crinkles. It's whatever it is. We all have our own thing and we have to deal with.
That was wrinkle cut fries.
So he's circumcised? He's wrinkle cut? Yeah. Okay.
He wasn't long.
Grandpa,
John
put
Silver.
your wrinkle cut fryer away, man. You're freaking out the kids.
Okay, so my number 3 for you, I had DQ, I had Long John Silver's.
Yep.
My number 3 for you, and I'm willing to sacrifice this fry for what I really want from this establishment.
Okay.
But the fries at Hardee's are very, very good.
See, you like terrible fries.
I don't
Like
understand.
they're
why you
okay.
say
I mean,
that.
all
We were
fries
just
are
making
okay. It's like
progress.
little. We were just making progress. I'm saying these are the exact. You like the exact same fries. The fucking homestyle fries from Arby's are the same fries from Hardee's. They're the same fry from the same distributor. They look and taste exactly the same. You can't have 2 of the same fry on your list, can you?
I don't understand the hostility. First of all, there's
I'm
no way
to
they're
pick
the
with
same.
you. I've been mad at you for years, and it's all coming out over French fries.
I could do the Pepsi challenge with fries, man. I could tell you if it was Wendy's or all the home style fries that you're talking about, I could definitely pick them out of a lineup for sure. There are some
that's
that
fair.
are way better than others.
I mean, Hardee's. I love Hardee's breakfast. I can kind of take or
Which
leave
is
their
what
entire.
I want. So when I say I'm willing to sacrifice the fry for what I want from the establishment, I want Hardee's to just go to 24/7 breakfast. That's all they need.
It's all they
Get
need.
rid of the Angus
Now-
burgers. Get rid of all the crap.
I agree. Now, here's the thing with Hardee's, though. I don't know if you know this, but have you noticed that the sausage biscuits, just the biscuits in general, the biscuits, when you get out of a metropolitan area, are amazing. The biscuits in a city, like Indianapolis, Hardee's biscuits are like flat, and they're okay, but they're not. When you get to like fucking Columbus, Indiana, and you go to that Hardee's, holy shit. They have these big, fluffy biscuits. They probably killed the flour themselves somehow.
Well, they genuinely make the biscuits there. Now, it's not homemade biscuits, but they are making, it's not just they're frozen, pop them in, heat them up, and then they're good to go. Like they're actually mixing it up with buttermilk and doing that. So I completely, you're right. You get where it's lower, lesser population, better the quality of the breakfast sandwiches.
So they don't have to make them as fast, probably. That's what it is. They don't have to
That
make
too.
them.
Yeah, they
so
don't have to pump them out.
they have time to let them rise.
Well, I'm
So
scared
the
to tell
rest
you
of
my
these all
next two.
the rest of these are your next 2 are home style fries as well. You're all home style fry. That's
Nope.
what you're going with.
Nope.
All right. Cool.
But I'm waiting for the pushback, whatever it may be.
All right. So we're at number 2.
We're number 2. What do you got, Bowers?
Whataburger.
Okay, now we need to talk about this because we can do a little tangent here because I think we got a little bit of time. Whataburger, and I have credited you with this statement. I have given you the credit every single time I brought this up. When people try to bring up In-N-Out or they bring up Shake Shack opening up here back in Indy, being a big deal. In-N-Out, Shake Shack, Wahlburgers, these kind of trendier, more popular type burger places. People say that this is the best burger, and they're wrong. And why? I'll let you say why.
Well,
why is Whataburger actually the best burger?
Well, I like Whataburger. Now, first of all, I just like meat and cheese and a little bit of ketchup and mayo. So, like, if you do animal style and you like vegetables, maybe In-N-Out beats me there. I don't know. But I'm saying from just like a meat to bun ratio, Whataburger is just, and it's always cooked perfectly. They're open 24 hours. Plus, I have a theory that you can't, like, your favorite pizza has to be 30 minutes from your house. Anything you can get delivered in 10 minutes, eventually you're going to fucking hate. So I think your favorite restaurant is generally one you can only get a couple times a year, So, like, I'm sure if I lived next door to a Whataburger, maybe because I live next door to an In-N-Out. Part of the In-N-Out thing, well, 2 things in In-N-Out. One, like, there's always a line for some reason. So when you go and you wait for 45 minutes, it always tastes better. And then 2, In-N-Out is a favorite burger place for in shape people where this is a cheat day, right?
Thank you.
So it's
Yes,
like,
people
if
who
you're
don't
cheat
realize
day,
good burgers
yeah, if you
love
eat one
crappy
burger a
burgers.
month or one burger a quarter because you have abs, then
Yeah.
yeah, you're gonna love whatever burger that is. And of course, In-N-Out's gonna be amazing if you've eaten nothing but kale chips for fucking 15 weeks.
But for
So
people who are Midwestern and understand what good food and a good burger is, Whataburger is the real
the shit.
deal.
Yeah, it is really good. I like Whataburger. And Runza, if you ever had Runza, like I said, I'm going to put a second, as a regional chain that's amazing is Runza. If you ever get to Nebraska, I think it's just Nebraska. There might be some in Iowa, but it's they got crinkle cut fries, and again, stuff I like. They serve Diet Pepsi, so maybe you wouldn't be into it, but I like Runza a lot. They actually make these little, they have burgers, which I eat, but they have a thing called a Runza, which is like just a bread loaf with meat and onions and shit inside of it. So it's kind of like a meat Twinkie. It's pretty good.
We're going to cut to a year from now. I'm driving through Nebraska and I'm going to see a yard sign like it's a political sign, like for crinkle cut fries. I'm just going to be so pissed driving by it.
So it's going to be one of those things, when you're driving down the highway and it's that weird political farmer has a thing on his fence every 50 feet. So it's like crinkle, cut. Fries are the best. It takes like 2 miles to read what his opinion is.
And then tomatoes sold here.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, and Whataburger, by the way, and when I get to my number one fry, the thing I like about Whataburger fries is they are thin, they are straight. I mean, McDonald's fries are solid because they've been this same formula this whole time. Mm-hmm. But they don't bend. They're straight. They're crispy. They're just great. The fries at Whataburger are the reason I go to Whataburger. And I like the double cheeseburger as well, but the fries really bring it home.
Okay, well, my number two for you, I'm ready for you to find a problem with it, even though you agree with it, which is beautiful. My number two for you is Arby's curly fries.
Okay. All right.
So, and I wasn't a huge, I like the home style fries, but I only mentioned that because those are that's from back in the day. I wasn't kind of stumping for them, but Arby's curly fries, I think you nailed it. I mean, it reminds you of childhood. They're always good. And, with McDonald's or Wendy's or any of the other kind of home style, there's the one version of it that's really good. It can either be a little too small and too crispy. It can be a little too potato-y and, two get stuck together. But with curly fries, the different variations are all still really good. If you get the real tight spring or you get the long loop or you get the one that almost kind of looks like a home style fry shape, they're all great in their own way.
And what's crazy about Arby's curly fries, which is different than almost any other fry. I would put Chick-fil-A's fries in this category. They can be good cold. Like you can eat. Wow. You can have them get room temperature and they're still just as good as when they're piping hot. Where McDonald's fries are the best thing you've ever eaten if they're right out of the cooker, but a minute and a half later they're awful.
Yeah, that's true.
So unless you're going to eat them out of the cooker at McDonald's, then they're not as good as you know what I mean. Like that's part of the deal.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's true for quite a few of them. That they do not hold up. You can't reheat them at all. Nope. But curly fries, they hold up.
They do.
All right, man. We've got Five Guys. We've got Arby's curly fries at number 4 for you. We have Portillo's crinkle cut. We've got Whataburger's fries with the little seasoning on top, which is always really nice. What do you have? Chris Bowers, number 1 French fry. What do you got?
I'm going to go with the old school yellow box 80s and 90s Wendy's French fries before they changed them and ruined them and made the best French fries in the world the worst French fries in the world. They were the best, and I fucking feel bad that I can't. If I had a time machine, it would be just to go back to old school Wendy's, and I still eat Wendy's every day. It's my diet right now. I eat 3 double stacks. I eat 2 at 4 o'clock and 1 at 9 o'clock, and that's all I eat with my water, and they're amazing.
Are we writing that script, Fat to the Future?
But if I had a time machine, I would literally just go back. I'd eat Burger Chef, and I would eat Wendy's. Because Burger Chef was the shit when I was a kid, too. And then it went away, turned into Hardee's, and they weren't the same. But yeah, I don't know if you remember, but old school Wendy's fries before they went home style. And maybe that's why I hate home style so much, Adam. I think we got to the crux of it. I don't hate home style fries. I hate Wendy's home style fries, and I'm mad that they ruined their fries. Because Hardee's fries were good or bad, whatever, and they home style, okay, these might be better. Wendy's fries were so fucking good. They were slightly better than Whataburger's. and then they got ruined. And I send them an email about every 2 years going, please bring back the old fries. And the not perfectly square burgers. Remember they were kind of jaggedy,
Oh yeah.
like back in the day. Like that was Wendy's
You know
from
what?
'90s was the shit, dude.
Now that we've opened it up a bit, I totally get your resentment because not only do they exist and you don't care for their existence, they took something from you.
Yeah, they stole
And
it.
yeah, I get that. And I've never seen you so worked up that you called me Adam before. That's how I know that this is like real. You
Well,
are
like
pained.
because by the way, this has been a problem with my life. I hate R&D people because what they do is they take perfectly good stuff and to justify their job, they fucking ruin it, and it pisses me off. And this happened when I worked at Kentucky Fried Chicken in high school. Kentucky Fried Chicken fries used to be the shit. They were awesome.
Oh, yeah.
They were great. And then they went to that coating fry that lets them keep longer in the whatever the drawer. And they were terrible to the point where when that happened, I took 2 cases of the old fries and hid them in the walk-in of the Kentucky Fried Chicken I worked in. So only I knew where they were. And when I had my break, I would eat old Kentucky fries. I'm not kidding. I did it for 6 months. And people would be like, where'd you get those fries? And I'm like, I don't know. I just put a bag in. I don't know where they came from. So that's part of my problem is every time I love something, it goes away. Like, remember the Franken stuff hot dog?
I don't know.
It was a hot dog with chili in the middle of it. Like they injected chili in the middle of a hot dog.
Where
so you
was
didn't
this?
eat ketchup. It was by Hormel. It's called the Franken stuff.
Oh,
Frank
okay.
in apostrophe N stuff hot dogs. And it was just when I was a kid, man, that was my entire diet probably. I would eat 3 Franken stuff hot dogs for almost every meal. They had the chili in them. You didn't have to put any ketchup on. They were amazing. And that's another company where every year I send an email saying, please Hormel, bring back the Franken stuff hot dog. And to no avail.
I'm trying to think if there's anything from my childhood. I was really upset when Pizza Hut took the Pizzone away. Pizzone was huge in college. And then one day you call and they're gone and you have a funeral. Like you have to grieve that it's gone.
Yeah. At least Taco Bell fucks their menu up every 3 months, so like you're always kind of mad at them. But then then they bring the quesarito back, and you're like, okay, fucking fine, But like when you have the same fries for 25 years and you change them, it's just heartbreaking. Like remember the big hubbub on the new Wendy's fries? I went in there and I was just like, are you serious?
With sea salt. And
God, sea
like
salt.
All salt is from the sea. I don't understand. Where are you getting salt that's not from the sea? First of all.
Yeah, exactly. Well, sea salt just means that it's big and it falls off the fry. So just you end up with a bunch of fucking large salt on the paper of the basket, as opposed to little salt on the fry in your mouth. So,
All right, man. I'm surprised my number 1 didn't make your list, and I've got a couple to mention.
Okay.
My number 5 was DQ, Long John Silver's, Hardee's, Arby's curly fries was my number 2. Your number 4, only crossover we had, which is kind of impressive.
Sure.
My number 1 for you is. So underrated. I don't know why it's not a bigger deal. Maybe it's because there just aren't as many locations as the other places. It's not as big, but in the north it's Rally's, in the south it's Checkers, but Rally's fries are so good. And I'm upset looking at your face right now. What's wrong? Is it the seasoning?
Rally's is your number 1 fry?
Number 1.
So you don't like fries. You just like that weird.
What?
You just like that curly fries taste. You just like the taste of spiced. When you're putting Cajun fries on your Five Guys, you don't like the taste of French fries. You like French fries that taste like something else.
I don't put Cajun seasoning on my Five Guys fries.
Right.
I was just curious.
I'm just saying the Rally's fries have that seasoning to them. They're seasoned
little,
fries.
Yeah.
Not a little. They're called seasoned fries, and that the whole thing is seasoning. They're like dark brown, right?
And they're really
They look like
really
chicken
good.
fries. I don't know, man. I don't hate them, but.
It sounds like you do.
I hate them.
It sounds like
hate
you
those
do.
fries. If you brought me Rally's fries, I would not eat them. That's how bad they are. And that's saying a lot.
Man,
That's weird. We are together on so many things. The fact that 2 guys that have lived our lives basically just on junk food, that we would be this far apart on something as easy as French fries. Man, we have to maybe reevaluate our entire friendship there, Kash. I don't know what we're going to do.
I don't know. Honestly, I feel like this brings us closer, if anything. I'll never
the good
steal from
news
your
is-
fries. You'll never steal from mine.
That's a good point. Yeah, if we ever dated, we'd be fine because
Yeah,
we just
perfect
you
couple.
eat all your fucking Rally fries and I'll go get all my Whataburger fries.
Your real fries.
We did. I will say this: we flew. We were coming home from Cabo, I think, somewhere, and we had a layover in Phoenix. and we had a 51-minute layover, and I left the airport, got in a cab, because I knew an Uber would take too long, cab to Whataburger, went through the drive-thru, got Whataburger for me and Chrissy, and got back to the airport, went through security with my Whataburger, and made my flight.
Was that the highlight of your Cabo trip?
It was, I think. Actually, it was a good time. I mean, like, it cost us, the cab was like $30 and then Whataburger was like $15, but it was worth $50. And by the way, it wasn't that much more expensive than buying food at the airport I wasn't going to like. So it was just a matter, it just was funny to go through. I went through security with just 2 bags of Whataburger on the conveyor belt. Because I left all my stuff with Chrissy, so I had nothing. I just left the airport and came back with fast food.
And they see your Indiana driver's license. They're like, that checks out.
Right?
That makes sense. Okay, man. Any honorable mentions? Any ones that didn't quite make the cut, since we've already covered what you absolutely hate?
Well, we're just doing fast food, right? So yeah, I mean, again, any crinkle cut fry I'm okay with. So your Rallies, I mean your Culvers or your White Castles or your Runs, anyone's. I'm trying to think. There's other fries that I really dig.
Well,
I mean,
I'll tell you one that I really
like. The Outback
like.
Steakhouse cheese fries are unbelievable, but that's not a fast food restaurant, so I would give them a.
Yeah, I don't know that I've had those. To be honest with you, I think I usually just try to get whatever the onion sculpture is wherever you go.
Yeah, the bloomin' onion is pretty good, but we always get the cheese fries, and they have the really good ranch, so that's cool.
That's true. That we could do a top 5 ranches. Just make this just the worst podcast ever.
Top 5 ketchups.
Yeah, top 5 emergency room visits. One that didn't quite make my list, and it's because of size. Steak and Shake, the shoestring fries are good, but it's like they're a little inconvenient. They're just a little too small.
They're good with the cheese sauce they give you. Dip that cheese sauce in them. They're pretty good.
Yeah. Get a Frisco melt.
Fries. That's good. Frisco melt. Well, the Frisco melt's the one thing in my life that's never let me down. I mean, it's like 14,000 and 0 or whatever. Like most restaurants have let me down at least once. The Frisco melt, and sometimes it takes an hour and a half to get it, but it's always amazing once you do. I'm very worried that all the Steak and Shakes are going to go out of business. I'm nervous about it.
Yeah.
So. Because they have them out here, but they're different. They're more to go. Like you order from the window and then pick it up when they call your number. And it's in a basket, so it's not quite the same as getting
Yeah. Like an actual Steak and Shake visit, like here in Indy.
Well, when I got married the first time, my buddy Phil, my best friend, my best man at my wedding was he was the corporate architect for Steak and Shake. So for my first wedding, my gift was I got a full set of Steak and Shake china. Yeah.
With the bean crocks.
Yep, they had bean crocks and the little the little saucers they went on, or the little coasters, or whatever the little plates are, and then full plates and bowls and the whole thing. Yeah, coffee cups.
It's amazing. All right, man. Well, great list. I'm glad that our friendship was able to make it through all of the.
Have you broken up with anybody over the top 5? What were you like?
No, I did a similar one. A friend of mine, Lauren, we did fast food side items, and her number 1 was McDonald's fries. And I was like, okay, is your favorite drink Starbucks? Is your favorite movie The Notebook? Like, come on, really? Well, nothing too crazy. It's always interesting to see what we have, because I was wondering, I'm like, I was like, we're either going to have the same number 5, same 5
exact
picks,
list, yeah.
Or completely different. And that's how it went.
Yeah, I think maybe I like crinkle ones because they hold the salt better. Maybe because there's a little crevice for the salt, and I just stack a little piece. I don't know why I like crinkle fries so much, but I really dig them.
Sure.
They're the best.
Well, where can everybody find you? You've got the social distancing social club and all your handles.
Just at Bowers Comedy. Just check that out. I post all my stuff. SDSCshow.com. That's 4 days a week. And then I do a podcast on Wednesdays called Origin Stories, where we interview the comics from our show and kind of see how they got to where they are. But tomorrow we have a special episode at 5 p.m. Pacific, nowherecomedyclub.com, as we get tickets with Jodie Sweetin, who is Stephanie Tanner from Full House, is on our podcast tomorrow. So she does our show a bunch. Her and Hofstadter are friends. So she's
awesome.
Really cool and funny. So we're going to have her on tomorrow. And so just at Bowers Comedy and sdscshow.com. Check it out.
Right on, man. Well, thank you so much. I'm sure we'll do another hard-hitting, serious, divisive top five. And we'll talk to you soon, man.
We'll do burgers next time. I got a lot of things to say about burgers.
We'll do burgers.
All right, brother. Love you, man.
Love you too.